So I'm pretty much going to make the cheapest little amplifier you can get. This is your actual amplifier itself. These will set you back about £2 off of eBay. Obviously it comes with all the connecting wires. Runs off of 5 volts, so you can just power it by USB or a plug-in phone charger. I've got standard 3.5mm audio cable. This one is an extender, so I can use the jack end, the socket end, to connect to the amp in case I fit it into anything later. I'm going to need a cheap crappy USB cable, whatever, micro B, but doesn't matter. As long as you've got this end which actually gets power, you're fine. And I've got this cheap little pair of drivers which I think I nicked out of a pair of old surround sound speakers, and they'll just wire up on the ends. There is one other thing that I do need, in particular for these speakers, because they're quite small, quite narrow, only low power, 5 watts, the amp is 3, but still. Because they're small and low power, I managed to squash in the tabs here a bit. This needs one more thing, which I should get. I saved it in here with my other spare pairs of speakers and transformers and things, and that is a Pringles tube. So for the grand price of a tube of Pringles, some random cables, some scrap speakers, a tenner would get you all of this easily. We're going to make an audio amp. And I've had a couple of problems with it cutting out, probably just because of my laptop's output. And you can see, using that socket, I can just use a jack-to-jack plug to my laptop. There's our little amp chip. Sorry, and it's being powered off of this 5-volt battery at the moment. Not bad little speakers. There you have it. This is just a basic demonstration. And now it's cut out again. I'm going to find out what that is. I'm going to fix it, but for now, let me just poke things. I have no idea what's causing that. I have a feeling it's my laptop's output, because my laptop's output is stupid, but it works. I've got to be honest then, this is pretty much one of the best things I've ever bought off of eBay. For about £3 or £4 plus packaging, this tiny little thing, I mean that's less than an inch square, plus a couple of easy little bits of cable work you can do. I didn't even have a soldering iron, I used black tape and my brain household scissors and all of that to do it. But then literally all you need with that, pick a pair of speakers, even small stereo speakers, you can use it. Handles between 4 and 16 ohms, it puts out 3 watts per channel roughly, they reckon. I don't know. It powers itself off a USB. I've been using a power bank just because it can put out a higher current than my laptop will do when it's on battery. And literally all you need is an audio source and a couple of speakers. That in this little bag, and I mean it's not a big bag, that, and I've included extras, all of the cables and everything set up so that this, I mean you could put that in a matchbox, have a wire coming out of each end, connect your speakers up, I don't know. I'm going to put a link in the video description to a couple of these on eBay, good places that sell them in the UK that actually ship quickly as well, because there's nothing worse than waiting weeks for stuff from China. And that's about it. That's a tiny, ridiculously small amplifier. Okay, there were two things that I wanted to add to the video. The first one was just anywhere you live in the world pretty much you can get hold of one of these, order them from China or just buy them straight off of eBay in whatever country. They're not going to be expensive. I mean you're talking $5 US, probably the same everywhere else. And the other thing, because I was stupid and I rushed it, and I worked out actually why it was cutting out. The power bank that I was using in order to power it was cutting out because it didn't think anything was connected, and then it had cut back in again if I unplugged it, connected it, blah blah blah, over and over again. It took me forever to work it out. It's just not detecting like there's a phone plugged into it. Just tried running it off normal USB power on my laptop, works absolutely fine. So it's not broken, there's not an issue. It's my own stupidity and me rushing things because I'm useless.